if this is what life is, I'm done. I don't want to live this anymore. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't want to wake up. And if I do wake up, like, just give me a sign that there's something else that's out there. Welcome to the Kickback podcast. First ever episode of season 2 with video. Me looking at you right now. We are your hosts,
Buddy,
Anthony,
and I'm Braden. And you guys might have realized something, and that is that we don't have our normal at the beginning of the thing. That's because this is a new season, and we don't have those same crack pops. So this time we're gonna try to see if it works. We're gonna open them up, and we're gonna just wing it. Hope it is something we can use.
yeah, we're gonna
same
kick
order
back.
we put our names in.
So kick back,
Wait, me first.
relax.
You. That was so hard for me to do.
Hurts my finger. And welcome.
I saw mine peak. It was real loud, boys. It was real loud.
Well, also, I just can't. It's like you're like lock picking something.
We can't
Probably
laugh
like a lock.
too hard because he did that last time too, and his was the most like crisp
Juicy
one. Yeah.
On the replay, it's the most satisfying.
Yeah.
Mine exploded
It did it all over you.
a little bit. Yeah.
I can't
That
see.
happened last time
So
too.
you guys see us, and we're pretty bright. But if you go check out our Patreon, you're gonna see that it's really dark for us.
Our camera only picks up night vision, so it's actually pitch black.
I don't think it's the camera's fault. I think it's our fault for being so white.
Yeah.
Like
If we put any light on us, it just.
it's true.
Yeah, but look at me. I'm super tan, so it's just these guys.
Oh, that was wild. So it's been a couple weeks since we've done this. We haven't really talked a whole lot.
Hey, just real quick.
Okay.
If you were previously listening on the audio
Oh yeah.
and you didn't know what we looked like, are you surprised?
True.
Anyway.
Cool. Thanks for answering. God, jerks.
Are you surprised? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I thought Anthony was gonna be so much hotter than what he actually is.
Yeah, sure.
You guys can't get mad at me. I'm gonna make fun of you this episode, I think, because of how badly you guys destroyed me in the little break episode we did.
I like that
We didn't
he's
destroy
gonna
you.
he's gonna go after you real hard.
Yeah, he's gonna go
Because
after
that was rude
me.
that both of you guys teamed up against him.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Nothing.
Nothing. So this is coming off of a fun little Patreon episode as well, where I found out that some of us are really stupid.
Bro, you had the cheat code, like the cheat sheet.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see how you performed.
Mm-hmm.
So what's new?
He took a trivia test outside of this and then gave it to us,
Oh yeah.
and so it makes us look bad. But I bet he was stumbling. He's like,
One of my answers was Miami.
I can't laugh at that because I
know
almost
you
said Miami.
almost said
So
Miami. So.
I actually did say that I was gonna say Miami
Yep.
before I caught myself, so that's fair.
Yeah.
And I
So-
said San Andreas on one of them.
If that means anything, it means that you and I are the same. We're equal in. Okay. No, it's cool.
Got
I
him.
don't care.
So what's up, guys?
Not a whole lot. I'm just glad that we have this set up here.
Yeah.
This took some time, but we're here.
True. So Anthony, you told me you have a lot to talk about today. What happened? Squeak.
Oh, okay.
Squeak.
Yeah.
Okay.
First things first, I almost killed Maddie with a hatchet.
Okay. So there's some
As your
backstory.
lawyer, I advise you not.
Was it out of anger or
No, it was an accident.
it was an accident?
Yeah.
What did you do? Like, you walked over, like, watch me hit this fire extinguisher. Let's see what happens. And it goes flying back.
No, so what happened was we went to Dave and Buster's
Never
last
been.
night. It's pretty decent, and as you know or don't know, Dave and Buster's is a bar / arcade, which is really fun. But what happened was she decided she wanted to do hatchet throwing.
So it's her fault.
Yes.
Victim blaming.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay,
Yeah,
keep
no,
going.
she decided she wanted to do hatchet throwing, so we go over to the hatchet throwing thing, and she goes first. Caveat to this: she kicked my butt at hatchet throwing. And then
So you wanted to kill her.
yeah, she got like 240 points. First round.
He starts out with hatchet throwing. And he's like, anyway, a few hours later, I was in the parking lot and I grabbed my hatchet.
240 points.
240 points is what she got.
What did you have?
I ended with 200 points.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's not too
That's
bad.
a
How do you
total
get
stomp.
points?
I don't know.
You throw a
Is
hatchet.
it like how close you are to the center?
Yeah. And it's an arcade version, so they weren't real hatchets.
Okay.
and they
Cowards.
Yeah.
they like the thing comes out and it'll like stick in, right? Mine, when I threw it, it did not
I'm confused.
stick into the.
I need more visual.
Okay, so it has prong things.
So-
like
I'm thinking of, you know how you can get those little toys where if you get all the prongs and you put your hand up to it like this and you move it away, it's a flip off.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
kinda, yeah, except it's more they're bigger and they have space between them so that the hatchets can get
They're
stuck.
more grippy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I threw my first hatchet and I fucking threw it.
Yeah.
And it landed sideways on the prong thing, which is 10 points, by the way.
You got 10 points for just hitting it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hold on. When it's side... Okay, I have a couple questions. It's not real. What is it? It's like styrofoam? Or
No,
is it
it's
wood?
like plastic.
It's probably
Plastic.
yeah, it's like a heavy plastic because
Uh-huh.
it's
It's a
got to
heavy
stick
plastic,
in the
yeah,
prongs,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So-
It's pretty heavy. Yeah. But it hit. Other thing, there's plastic walls on the sides, so you throw straight through. And then it has like a weird like plastic casing around where you're throwing from.
Okay.
So what happened was I threw, it went, there's a pretty big hole in the plastic casing so you can throw as much, like you got a lot of range. It hit, it bounced, and I just like watched it fly right towards Maddie. Like as like from, and it's a far target. It's not like, you're not like 10 feet away,
Guys,
you know.
I swear I can throw really far.
Yeah, right here.
Or not
Flex
10
for me.
feet, but
Flex for
like,
me.
no.
Flex for them.
It's like, I guess it's probably like 15 feet, 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
I threw it, it flies 15 feet, bounces, and then flies 15 feet back towards, like right towards Maddie.
And
too.
you step out of the way so it hits her.
Yeah.
Luckily the casing caught it, but it was just like this weird thing where we both watched it happen, and I was like, there's no freaking way. 'Cause it was just kind of far, you know? So, and then she goes, I want to go real hatchet throwing, like after that. And I was like,
Can you imagine? You're like,
And
oh
she's
wow,
like-
you almost killed me.
yeah.
Let's go real hatchet throwing next
And then
time.
she goes, don't worry, I'll stand behind you. I was like, oh, okay.
Don't worry, I'll stand closer so it's easier to hit.
Yeah, no.
It reminds me of the story that Buddy told last video about him getting smacked in the head with a golf club.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that.
What else? So you went to Dave and Buster's.
Uh-huh.
What else more do you have to squeak?
Oh, we played Connect 4 basketball.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fun.
Connect 4, where you don't always get to choose where you're going.
Yeah, and I
Well, if you and I are playing, I think
Still don't.
no.
No, there's way too many times it hits the rim and just.
How big is the hole?
The holes are
compared
like-
to a normal basketball hoop.
there were it's probably a little smaller than a normal basketball hoop.
Oh, okay. How
Yeah.
are the balls? Are they normal balls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. And they'll just like hit like the rim of one, and then they'll bounce to another one. Mm-hmm.
I like it better though, honestly, because Connect 4 is too boring. If you get to choose where
Yeah.
all
Yeah, which time?
your things go.
You tie every time.
This one is
if
like,
you
I'm
know
gonna
what you're
try and
doing.
go
Every
right
time?
there.
If you know what you're doing.
I can kick your butt.
We'll see if I know what I'm doing. I'm
Okay.
not that confident.
Tie every time if you know what you're doing.
Loses.
Plays
everyone.
against like kindergartners. He's like, oh yeah, see, tie every time.
Oh, that might, no, that actually might be
It's a
harder.
solved game.
Kindergartners are dumb. They don't have much strategy, so it's like they could catch you off guard.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Which is funny because I caught Maddie off guard. I had
And she's a kindergartner.
3 on the bottom, but there was like a gap between the two, and she didn't realize that I had Connect 4 right there.
Oh, so it was 2 gap 3.
Yeah. So and then I made it in, which was
Wait,
funny.
2 gap 3?
Yeah, there's 2 gap 3 like this. So he went and he's like, I'm gonna shock you, and then
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
She made
the
her
2,
turn.
a gap, and then 3. I was like, dang, he's got Connect
Yeah,
6 up in here.
oh,
She made she went on her turn, and then she looked and she's like, oh shit, I didn't see that you had that. I was like, yikes.
yikes.
Yep, that's my win right there.
I didn't see you had that. Yeah, that's why you got held back.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she's ever been held back, but
Do they hold people back anymore? I
don't
heard
know.
that during COVID, they weren't allowed to hold anybody back.
why?
I don't know.
Oh, just because like kids miss a bunch of school, so it's like yeah, they're gonna be behind, but everyone's behind, so move them up anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of, or like they even with the online schooling, you couldn't. I also found out that I think it's a new feature in Zoom. You can turn on all webcams. Anybody that's inside the Zoom call, because Zoom has permission for everyone,
Oh.
you can turn them all on,
Interesting.
which I think is just hilarious. Can you imagine? Like, people are stupid, you know? They're gonna be doing whatever. They're gonna go and sit down to their Zoom class completely like shirtless or naked, and then the teacher's like, "You guys aren't paying attention. I'm gonna turn this on."
Some kids just
Beating his meat.
push and pud. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here's what you do. You have your webcam off. You make the sound. They turn the camera on, and it's like you doing something completely innocuous.
Yeah. You're like
not like obvious like that, but you're doing something that makes the sound.
Yeah,
So you
you
have a
have-
really good excuse.
you have like your pickleball paddle and the
Oh, yeah, the little ball.
and you're just doing this. Yeah, it sounds like you're slapping
Yeah.
cheek.
That'd be funny.
Okay, now we gotta enroll in school
Okay,
so that we can do this.
let's go back to school. Let's get this set up. Why don't we just? Sorry,
That's the real reason that 25-year-old went back to high school was so that she could.
she could pull the prank. It wasn't out of sadness.
Yeah.
What that's a reference to is earlier in season 1, we found out there was a girl that went back to high school because the last time she was happy was when she was in high school. It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so unbelievably sad, which reminds me of something else that's sad. Did you guys hear about the police officer that just went and put his ex-girlfriend in the mental hospital?
No?
This just happened, like, this week.
You can do that?
No.
Dang
So
it.
he is a police officer. They broke up.
Yeah.
She was at the park, right? He was
Oh.
off duty. He, while off duty, uses his work email to do some shady stuff and get permission to go arrest her using the plausible cause of I have messages from her saying that she's going to kill herself. And she's in a public area. She's a threat to herself and to others. So he goes and like knocks her to the ground. George Floyd's her, so she's like, I can't breathe.
Jeez.
Right, and then it's such a sad video too, because if you listen to the video, she's just like it starts breaking down, and it just keeps repeating, "I didn't do anything, I didn't do anything," but it just gets more sad each time. But he arrests her, and then they put her into an inpatient care where she's there for 5 days before they let her out. Before they're like, "Okay, I think you're good." They get out, she sues, and they look at the texts. She never said she was gonna kill herself.
Yeah.
Never. The dude just straight up abused his power. And
Did this just happen?
yeah, like I think like last week is when she got put in, and then she came out this week and then did the trial stuff. So you guys can fact check me, see if I'm wrong, but I think he actually got trouble for it. I think he actually is going to jail for abuse of power.
She should get like
Some serious compensation. 'Cause going to
restitution
inpatient
or
care-
whatever.
Yeah.
Care is going to be expensive, right? Not going to work going to be expensive. Like
Could be job ending.
Yeah.
Hopefully your job would understand, but
some-
we were talking about bad bosses earlier, and they might
We were,
not.
yeah.
It's
some bosses
very
are bad.
expensive to go to inpatient.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dang.
On
So don't date cops
yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Or-
probably-
psycho people.
Unless you're a cop, then you can date other cops.
cops date cops.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Could a cop do that to another cop?
Maybe not.
No, they could. There's a video of a black cop in his car, and he's just at a gas station, and the cops try to arrest him, and he was just in the parking lot, and he's like, "What am I like?" He knew all the laws, right? And he's like, "What am I being talked to for? Am I being detained? What's going on?" They kept trying to get him to get
he knows
out,
all the processes.
right? So then he told them like, "Hey, call your sergeant and have them ask for this because I work for the department." And it was cops just being racist, trying to arrest another dude who was black and was doing nothing wrong.
Dang, they stole that straight out of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where Terry gets stopped in the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Ripping off a TV show. It's messed
Definitely
up.
wasn't Brooklyn Nine-Nine stealing off of them, right?
I don't know.
So
Pretty sure it's the other way around.
I think life imitates art, right?
it does. It was
So
Simpsons.
everything that happens in real life happened in a TV show first.
Yeah, like I think the Simpsons.
Well,
proves
or
this.
you had the Last Supper. So, who is it? Michelangelo or Raphael
For what?
for the Last Supper?
That painted it?
Yeah.
No. Was it Michelangelo?
It was Michelangelo or Raphael
I think it was Da Vinci.
or Leonardo.
Turtles.
DiCaprio?
It was one of the 4 turtles. Anyway,
the painter.
yeah. So, so 4,000 years or 2,000 years. No, it'd be
Sometime later.
Jesus died about 2,000 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So like 1,000 years later, per se, you know, whatever turtle painted that painting painted it before he actually died. So then they had the actual Last Supper 1,000 years ago.
Jesus is like, can you paint a picture of me and my friends going out to dinner? He's like, yeah. He's like, that's so cool. What did you name it? He's like, I named it The Last Supper. What?
Why? So I used to have a neighbor where I live. He since packed up and moved away. But when I first met him, he invited me into his apartment, made me some tea, and started telling me about God.
Is this the words or?
Yeah, words are just food for your persistence, for your brain. Yeah.
When you first said that, and I was like, what? Like I felt like you were high, honestly.
Still feels like that.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Also, I love how our gas station guy today asked you if you smoke marijuana.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
I don't know. Like, it was so weird.
Every time someone calls it marijuana, I think they're a cop. Do you smoke marijuana?
So like, it was so crazy that like our
Right?
Imagine the cop trying to say it like the slang though. You smoke the ganja?
Do you know where I can buy some devil's lettuce?
No, they'd have to do specific
I don't know why he talks like
strands,
this.
right? Because he's a cop. He'd have to walk up there and be like, "Hey, youngins, you got some of that skywalking? You got some of that?"
Skywalking?
Yeah.
Got some Pineapple Express?
That's a fun movie.
Never seen it.
It's good.
It's good.
Or it was when I watched it.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. I lost where we were at for a minute.
We were talking. Your neighbor
Oh yeah, my neighbor
was talking to you about God.
About God, and he had read Genesis, just the first like chapter.
Oh, okay. I thought he read all of Genesis to you. I was like, how long were you there?
I thought he read it, but not read it to you.
He didn't read it to me. No, he had read it and broke down every sentence and every line. Mm-hmm. And when I walk into his house or into his apartment, on the right hand side is a whiteboard, and it says 4 to the power of 4 is 4. And he's like, what this is saying is when you have 4 of something for you, you find your purpose, right? And it's just like, I don't know.
4 to the power of 4 is 4?
Yeah, like.
I'm not great at math.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's right.
It wasn't written in that way. It was like a down and a cross. It was his way of saying like, when you find your 4 or your purpose and you put power to your purpose, then you can find that purpose in the world or some weird. It's been a little bit. I don't remember the full breakdown, but I turned to the left, and there's a giant map of the world, and over the map of the world is Sharpie, written all over it, kind of like in Always Sunny in Philadelphia when he's like, Pepe Sylvia! Right? Or in Transformers when he like starts going crazy and starts writing on the chalkboard. Mm-hmm. It's stuff like that. And it's just going and going and going. It's kind of hard to read because it's over a map of the world.
Yeah.
And then he has like symbols written on there, and he starts telling me about just all of the stuff that we've gotten wrong. I'm trying to take science and put it to God. And he's like, so I've read the Quran, I've read the Bible, I've read this, I've read that, I've read everything, and it all points to the same thing. And he had 4 notebooks that he'd written down, just going crazy with it. But all this goes back to the Last Supper. He said, if you look at the Last Supper and the ingenuity in the painting, and you look in the background, so he pulls me up to this document of the background, where it says, if you have this right here, you can kind of see it with the dots drawn. It's like a gate. So if you mirror it to the other side, it becomes a face. And if you look in there, they say it's the Last Supper. And you look there and it looks like somebody's missing. It's because that person that's missing is you, who's represented in the background. Because you are the background of the life of... It was just like... He has a YouTube channel.
Dude, really?
Should I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we link it below?
We could link it.
Link it? I want to see. That looks fun. I wish I had gone into his apartment.
It was super cool. He's a fun guy.
Afraid.
It was a little weird, yeah. I just went in and
texting my emergency contact or
something.
No,
my phone, because it was at the end of the day. It was like probably 11 p.m. and my phone at the time was still a really old one, so it had really bad battery. By the time I get into his house, we talked outside for a couple hours, it was like 1 a.m. My phone was at 4%.
I was wondering where my invite was. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was just dead, and I couldn't.
So you went into his apartment with a dead phone at 1 a.m.
He had a cat. Yeah.
That
Okay,
diffuses the situation.
We need
It
to talk
does.
about stranger danger with Brady.
He was a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, luckily,
Luckily, yeah.
you're lucky he didn't have like a well and drop you down it and then throw lotion at you or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a
It
movie,
rubs
right?
its lotion on its skin.
Yes.
Where it gets those.
Ow.
Ow.
He was.
Oh.
Oh. He is a.
Oh.
He told me after I hung out with him, he said, one thing that's kind of fun is you can now say you've met a Thai prince who's broke like Buddha. Because his mother was Thai royalty who had sex with somebody who was not inside of royalty. And because of that, he was denounced. So he's technically royalty, but he's not pure blood. And he went to go live with his father instead here in the States. And now he can't get back in since he kind of left and they like denounced him. He's just stuck out here and was very, very broke.
It sounds like you believe him.
It could be true.
It could be
It
true.
could be true. Or it could not.
I'm
But it's funny.
just trying to. Is there a chance that he's like perfectly mentally well?
Yes.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Obsessively
he
going through.
Openly has autism.
Okay. I guess. I don't know very much about that. Is that like hyperfixation and stuff?
Yeah,
maybe?
that's probably
Okay.
the hyperfixation inside of it. So
'Cause
the,
he
the,
seems
the way it all started.
Fixated.
obsessed with like uncovering some secret philosophical truth.
So the way it all started was at my apartment complex. Well, it goes back a little bit further. He moved out here and he got a job with a new startup that looked like it had great prospects in the future.
Okay.
And then COVID hit. And things got halted badly.
A little bit.
Yeah. So there were a couple months there where he just didn't get paid. And I was like, why didn't you leave? Like, why did you stay there? Why didn't you leave your job? And he's like, well, I just felt so bad because they were struggling too. And I knew it's a good business. So when he gets out of there, I'll be able to make a lot of money and I can do what I can to help us get through this. And I was like, that's generous. And it got to the point where he just legit wasn't eating, right? Like, he was on a video call with his boss once and they were talking. They got into a deep conversation and somehow food got brought up. And he's like, I have another loaf of bread, so I'll be good for the next couple days as long as I get paid on Monday.
Jeez.
And his boss is like, you have a loaf of bread? That's all you're eating is just bread.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I mean, I use my money to get food for the cat. And I was like, W move. That's great. It's fantastic.
Uh-huh. Can't let the cat die.
Yeah. And his...
You should have gotten tuna.
Get a job where you get a paycheck. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like, props to him for saying it. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. It's just wild to me. I would not.
No.
But we live in Utah. And a lot of people here
Sorry, guys.
have giant reserves of food.
Yeah.
Just in case, right? Because that's what the church tells you to do. And his boss was no exception. So he brought him over a whole bunch of food.
Nice.
And after that was done, he still hadn't been paid, right?
I was gonna say,
So,
it's better than giving him food.
Give you money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
give him a paycheck.
Yeah. So he went through all of that, and he's back to the point where he only has a loaf of bread he can eat. And he's like, this is too much. I'm done. And instead of going to another job, he was just like depressed. And he laid down one day, put his headphones in, and he's like, I'm not a religious man, but I'm gonna pray to God. And he prays and says, hey, if this is what life is, I'm done. I don't want to live this anymore. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't want to wake up. And if I do wake up,
Jeez.
like, just give me a sign that there's something else that's out there. And while he was sleeping, he puts noise canceling headphones on because of the autism, like super sensory overloaded. So he has his noise canceling headphones on. Somebody right behind, like where we are on the road, there's a tree there. They hit that, wrapped around it, and died. The same night that he had said that, right?
Okay.
When he's sleeping, he has a dream where he gets like pulled out of his body. He can see his body around, and he can see there's some chaos outside. And he tries to look, and he can't. And he goes in his brain, or in the story, he says he goes flying up into outer space, where he sees several like figures that look like they're having a conversation, almost like a tea party type of situation. And he's trying to look in there, but they're really far away and hazy, and it's kind of blurry. And it starts to become clearer, and then they notice him, and they say, "Your time isn't now." And they put him back down, and then he comes back to his phone ringing. And somebody that's his upstairs neighbor saying, "Are you okay? Somebody just hit the tree behind you." And he took that as his proof that something else out there exists. And then started to look into it because he wasn't religious beforehand. He's 40-something years old and just like went into it. That was his awakening.
Well, that's dumb.
It's stupid. It's so sad though, man. I don't know why he stayed. It's crazy. I reached out to him the other day to see how he was doing. He's doing all right, I think. Hopefully.
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 Eat more than bread? Good, just checking.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure. Now, a couple months ago, not even a couple, it was like a month ago, was the last time we actually sat down to record an episode.
Yes,
Here.
physically.
Dun, 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 dun. So, if you've listened to the first season, I use my hands to emote a lot, specifically this motion right here. And this is in the way, so I can't do it right now. Before, the mics used to be right in front of us. So I would do that when I would try to talk. I'd say, so there's this over here, and there's this one over here. And I would just be like this. And they could see it, and you guys couldn't. Another thing that's kind of odd here, ADHD moment, they're switched compared to what we were at before.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you could hear the difference.
Yeah, the audio for him's coming through on the right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm on the right?
No, you're on the left.
Ha, so you're on the right.
I'm always right, yeah.
You right winger.
You're on the right. The far right.
I don't know.
That
I'm
is the
pretty
furthest right we have.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, but I'm also really close to the center.
Not
I
that
could practically touch it.
Yeah, but he's like closer. Like,
What are you talking?
What are you talking about,
What are you
man?
talking? Look right here.
I identify more with Buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Miami Bros.
Yeah, Miami Bros. You had a couple stories when you were going into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, mostly just one.
You had a story when you were going into
Mostly just the one. But there's a two part. It's A and B part though.
Yeah,
So it's fine.
It's two stories to the one story.
Yeah.
So I pull up
Which
and
is A story plus B story equals C story.
B stories are important in
Squared.
You know. So you roll up to the gym for jujitsu, and it's like a long strip mall type building, right?
Okay.
So you've got shops in each of them.
Yeah.
So
Right
what
next
was
to
that, the
jiu-jitsu.
damn what?
Shops. In each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right next to jujitsu
I'm feeling
is
it.
a pizza place.
Okay.
I know this pizza place.
Little Caesars.
Little
pizza place.
Caesars, yeah.
So it's
Did you-
like
oh, did
a
you guys
cheap
have-
pizza place.
Did you have hey Milo?
Do we have what?
I'm
I'm on the edge of my seat.
on the edge of my seat. Did you guys have they can see, they don't oh never mind. Did you guys ever have weird names for pizza places? Like Little Caesars?
Like Little Caesars?
What about it?
We called it Little Squeezers.
Oh, yeah, you're weird.
Or Domino's.
Little Sneezers.
Something hose.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
damn you hoes.
Oh.
Like Papa John's.
Daddy John's.
No. So anyway, I roll up to the gym. And I park, and we had a schedule change where class is like super late. We start, so it's like getting dark already. And as I'm walking in, this guy, he's like walking out, away from Little Caesars. What are you guys doing? Just
What?
let him.
No, I
Let
want
him live his life.
He's gone.
He's walking out of Little Caesars towards the parking lot, presumably to his car, because he's got his car keys in his hand, and he's like pretty dirty, but like oil, like a car mechanic type.
Yeah,
thing.
like he just got off at work.
That's my guess. And he comes up, and like as I'm walking in, we cross like near each other, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, but do you have a couple bucks? My card just got declined." And I like looked at him, and I was like, I actually think this dude just tried to buy pizza. His card got declined, and now he's like depressed going home.
Yeah.
And I never have cash on me, but this like one time happenstance because of a work party, I had $10.
Yeah.
I was like, "Here, man, no problem." He goes and buys a pizza. As I'm handing it to him, I see another guy a little bit back walking on the sidewalk in front of them, look over, and then he starts coming to me.
Mm-hmm. He's like,
And
ooh, easy target.
I think when he noticed me giving the money, and I was like, fuck.
He was like, we got a sucker up in here.
So I start walking. I try to get into the gym before he stops me, but he stops me. He's like,
How
"Hey,
funny would it have been if you just like full on sprinted?
dude, I did." No, just kidding.
He was just faster. I don't know how.
He sprinted. We actually raced to the gym. He tackled me and was like, "Give me money." No. He intercepts and he's like, "Hey man, whatever, are you going to this jiu-jitsu place?" I was like, "Yeah, I train here." And he's like, "Oh, cool. I was wondering, can you ask everyone in there
Whoa, what a big ask.
if anyone has a phone they can give me?" This dude's asking for a phone.
Like just a full on phone.
He didn't say sell either.
He said give.
Give.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I don't want to deal with this, so I'm just gonna go in and I'll make the owner of the gym deal with it because
Yeah, that's what he's there
that's
for.
what he gets paid for.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh no, I mean, I don't want to like interrupt or anything, but you can go in. Like, the gym owner's super nice. He's like, I mean, I think he's like trying to negotiate me asking to like vouch for him, as if we know each other. It's so weird.
Weird. That is
So I'm
kind
just
of
like,
odd.
I just keep insisting, and I start just walking past him, and we go in, and as we like, I leave him to talk to the gym owner. I look one final look at him, and I look down. He's got no shoes on, no socks on, and the longest toenails I've
Oh my
ever
God.
seen.
Ew.
So
Oh
gross.
god. Rough estimate. How long were they? Like
They were like that long off the toe.
6 inches.
That's insane.
That is not 6 inches, Braden, no matter what you're going. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
And then after class, I'm like kind of relaying the story to a couple of my training partners as we're walking out. It was all fine. And one of my training partners was like, we'll call him Jerry. He's like, yeah, that's the problem with the homeless. Like, they keep moving in. It's blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't even know if this guy's homeless. But so then he starts going off about how the policies in like San Francisco are so terrible, and they're just like letting homeless people steal things now. So they changed the law so that you can steal anything under $900 or something, and they don't prosecute you. And I don't want to like argue politics with some random guy. So I just was like, yeah, totally crazy. Yeah, homeless people. Get back to my car, and I'm just like, I'm just going to look it up to see if that's true, because there's no way that's true.
Yeah, not at all.
20 seconds of a little web search, they updated the minimum amount of stolen goods from like
So it's like a
400
felony?
something to 900. So now it's like 900 and below is a misdemeanor instead of a felony.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just, they updated it because it's been like 10 years since the last time they've updated it. So like inflation and stuff. I'm like, how do you just repeat that to like people you don't really know
Yeah.
as if it's true fact, and you're like getting legitimately upset about it, and
Well,
it takes 20 seconds to figure out you're wrong.
It's because we live in a headline society. You read a headline that somebody does for a catchphrase. It's like, Seattle now lets you get away with stealing $900.
Yeah,
And you read that and like, holy shit, that's crazy.
San Francisco, but yeah,
Seattle's next. I feel
yeah.
like.
No,
The-
Portland. He did complain about Portland too,
Yeah.
Really?
about how he used to love going to Portland, and now it's all homeless people breaking into your cars. If you hear something that sounds unbelievable,
Probably is.
don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It might be true, but like maybe double check.
Right.
I don't know.
There's
It's
one
weird.
that went around that I was hearing for a while because I have 4 cats, and it's that.
You have 4 cats?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, that was Milo earlier.
If you noticed any us looking around and stuff, it's because Milo's got the zooms or something.
Yeah, he's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
We got Samson. He's behind me. You guys can't really see him. He's
They're-
laying down in the corner.
Milo's just as excited as us to have video.
Yeah, Milo's like, woo!
I'm on camera.
He got into the
He's trying to be
cocaine.
anyway.
Yeah, I wonder if he did get into the catnip, actually. He's kind of running around like he did.
Maybe that's what
You
fell.
give your cats drugs?
Plant.
Yeah.
Yep. You give
Drugs can be plants.
I give
Yeah.
them.
Usually are.
I think my plants are drug-like.
I still remember
They make me feel good.
like my high school friends trying to be like, weed is totally cool because it's natural plant.
And
So
they
it's
were
not even a
right.
drug. And it's like, I mean, or no, they tried to say it's good for you. I was like, just because it's a plant doesn't mean it's good for you. There are
Yeah.
kind of a lot of them that will kill you.
Kind of a lot.
Kind of a lot.
I want someone like Popeye, but for
Oh,
marijuana.
there's got to be something like that already out there though.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he just has to like, and then he does
Yeah.
his crime solving. I don't know.
Do you think it'd be crime solving?
I bet we could do a crime TV show where that's like the, you know how there's
whole
always like
premise?
the lone detective or like the consultant that has like the special trick that makes them basically superhuman.
Yeah.
This dude gets so high he starts like seeing evidence.
Yeah.
It's like, what if he shot him from 5 buildings?
It does like a
away?
cool montage of him being like, what if he like was up there and he's hallucinating and he's drawing angles and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to like one of the cops' perspectives and it's just like,
He's entering his mind palace, and it's like Snoop Dogg in there. And
Yeah. Snoop Dogg's chilling. He's like, he's like, yo, what's up? No, yeah, this is a good.
yeah, dude, Snoop Dogg's in there, and he's like, yo, Snoop, what's up? He says, Brizzy B, come here, take a hit of this. And he...
And then his mind palace
That's
self
like-
goes in his mind palace.
Yeah, and he's like, dude, that's a
That's
cool
true.
building up there. I feel like I could hang out there for a minute. Wait a second. And then...
It's just like the cops like on a crime scene, like, I don't think we can solve this. We need to call Lil D.
Lil D. That's some funny stuff right there.
Or is that just Scooby Doo?
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's
no,
this is-
right.
fuck, we just remade Scooby Doo. Okay.
no, it doesn't work because you just get hungry. You're right.
Yeah.
And then you end up solving the problems not because you're trying to actually solve them, you're trying to figure out where the food's at. And you're like, whoa, this
Hey.
isn't it. Is that a dead body?
You know,
You just
that's a
caught the most
plot.
prolific serial killer in history. Yeah. Have you seen my sandwich? That's cool. That's cool. But
That's cool. No, I'm really hungry.
I've kind of got the munchies.
If you can't tell.
Like Scoob.
Like Scoob.
Like who killed Mr. Joe?
Do you know they replaced Matthew Lillard as the voice of Shaggy?
Yeah, and the new one. He was the voice of Shaggy for a while.
He's done it forever, and he seems like a really cool dude. He loved that job, and he found out like on Twitter or something.
Really? He
They didn't
know?
contact him.
That's
I
crazy.
saw a little bit, and he looked like he was gonna cry. And I was
I
like,
would
oh,
cry.
man,
for him.
I could see that like bonding to your character for like 10 years, 15 years, whatever it's been.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
And then they're
for
just
him.
like, let's replace him for no reason.
Yeah, well, it's probably
That's so
because
sad.
once you're in something for so long, it's like you build up a certain price point that you do for that job.
But I feel like with how serious, I mean, he is an actor, so maybe he just fooled me.
Yeah.
With how serious it looked on the video I saw, there's no way that they couldn't have come to him and been like, hey, we're probably just going to get a cheaper actor for Shaggy
yeah, they could have
unless
just
you're
done it.
willing to actually come down on it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you own the rights to the character, so we can just get someone else to do the classic stoner voice.
Do you guys hear that
Yeah.
the writer's strike potentially is over?
I thought it was over.
They haven't.
That's why we're back.
If this is our writing, we're in sore trouble. We gotta hire someone new. No, they
Sore trouble.
sore trouble.
The what?
I'm just shortening words. Why use many a word when small word do trick?
True.
They found a tentative idea.
That could be like the theme of
gonna
a
pass.
podcast where everyone talks with as few words as possible so that we can jam as much content in.
It's an hour. It's a 30-minute podcast, but it feels like an hour.
No. Hour minute.
We're falling
All right,
apart.
I can't
We're
make fun of
falling
Braden
apart.
anymore. I can't make fun of Braden. All right.
Yeah. You're just like me, for real. On cop, for real.
Die. They did replace Rick and Morty because it was the same voice actor. He got in trouble for like
Yeah, being
sexual
weird.
assault or some weird stuff. And everyone was like, how are you going to replace the voices? And then they released the trailer with the new voices, and it sounds
Sounds the
pretty
same.
good. I don't know.
Does it sound
It's
the
almost
same?
like I only watched like 20
Those voices
seconds
are
of it,
so easy to do.
well, and I
Prove it.
just feel like
Prove it.
yeah,
Oh, jeez, Rick.
that's pretty good.
Now do Morty. Wait. Do it.
Now do Morty.
I actually can't do Rick.
Morty, get over here.
Look, there we go. We got Rick and Morty right here.
Guys, we can redo that.
Now you do one. Do
Do
Jerry.
Summer. Jerry, yeah.
I have not seen the show.
Oh,
I know.
season 1's good.
I'm Pickle Rick. Yeah,
Ugh.
that's the only thing I know.
Yeah, the new one is in the trailer. He turns himself into a leg.
I'm Lego Rick.
Morty, look, I'm a leg. That's in the trailer.
Yay.
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 But everyone loved the Pickle Rick thing, so
That's
of course they're
comedy.
gonna do it again.
Yeah, no, that's comedy. I can't wait for people to like go to McDonald's and pretend to be a leg.
Can't wait.
You don't understand. He turned himself into a pickle, though.
I love the meme template of the people at like a sports game, and the dude's just like, listen, so like there's this guy, right, Morty, and or Rick, and he turned himself into a fucking pickle. And the girl's just like,
Yeah.
Okay.
My
Have you guys
life.
heard about the trend going on where women are asking their boyfriends how often they think about the Roman Empire?
no?
No.
I have, yeah.
If I ask you right now, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Almost never.
Like once a year?
Like
Once a month?
sometimes historical memes pops up on my Reddit feed.
Okay.
That's about it.
You?
I don't know, probably like once a week.
Wait. Was Alexander the Great part of the Roman Empire?
Do you think about specifically Alexander a lot?
No, but I did listen to an episode of Time Suck on... Yeah, so does that count?
Yeah.
Apparently I wasn't listening very closely because
Yeah,
I don't
you
know if
don't
he's part of
know.
the Roman Empire, but I think he is.
Okay, so you did that recently, but that's not a routine thing unless you listen to that
No.
episode a lot.
I don't think about the Roman Empire unless it's forced upon me.
Mm-hmm. And you think about it like once a week?
Yeah.
Or are you just memeing?
No, like once a week.
What do you think about? Why? So the apparently, yeah, like once, anytime, anywhere between like 2 to 3 times a week to 2 to 3 times a month was the average.
I have seen the meme of like the couple laying in bed. He's probably thinking of other girls, and it's him thinking about the Roman Empire. But
Yeah. Well,
I
even
thought it
when
was
I
a
see
meme too.
that meme, I don't think about the Roman Empire. I just
No, I
move
don't.
on.
I just think about the words.
Yeah, and I go. But what do you think about? All right, man. If I was,
When
How
I
did they
was,
transport that many units?
I
don't know.
have a core memory of learning about
when
how
you
they
were in
built.
the Roman Empire.
Yeah, learning about how they built the roads, and I just like had like an image in my head, and it's in there forever.
So you
And
just
it's
think
not
of-
even a real image of the Roman Empire. I just think of this image that I associate with the Roman Empire
It's canon now.
of them building roads,
You just think of road infrastructure constantly.
specifically the Roman Empire.
How did they build it? Because in my head, it's just like you get it wet and then you stomp it down and then it's road.
Honestly, maybe it's not
They're the ones
building the
that did
roads,
the
but
bricks,
it's
right?
traveling on the road. Sorry. So they travel on the roads. But I learned about it when we were learning about building roads.
Anthony's just thinking about like the Roman road trip.
Yeah.
What's it like? Is it funny?
No.
Do they walk weird in it? Do they have like a swagger where
There's
they
like
like
a-
lean back as they walk?
It's like a cartoon donkey.
He doesn't even think of it like as humans. It's like
Yeah,
cartoons.
It's abstract thoughts to him.
Yeah.
It's like shapes and
It's devolved over the years, I'm sure.
over the, as my
I still
memory
think
gets
it's got to
worse.
be a meme though.
It has to be, right? Nobody thinks about it that frequently.
No. Maybe is there like a Warhammer 40K version of like Roman battles and people are into that as a hobby?
I don't know. I mean, like realistically,
Where is
we
Rome?
as a society think about the Roman Empire a lot, but we don't think about it underneath the context of it being the Roman Empire. It's just that we have a lot of our stuff based off of the Romans.
Yeah.
So things we use are like,
Like what? The font?
yeah, Times New Roman. Our roads and the way we travel on them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's
But
the
it's
same.
different because we don't use cartoon donkeys.
You don't?
No, I wish.
You're doing it wrong.
I am. I need a cartoon donkey.
I also heard that men every 7 seconds think about sex.
I've heard that statistic.
Right?
I
Like
don't know how that works.
Or
There's a
how
lot. I feel like it'd be like men as a whole, like every like second, because there's just so many men in the world. Aliens have been here before. Come on.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's my theory.
Okay.
We get everybody in Texas to do that.
Everyone in Texas, or we get everyone to Texas?
We get everybody to Texas to do that. We wait until the summer solstice when it's the hottest day of the year, and we jump.
It's the longest day of the year.
We wait until it's the hottest day of the year. And
That's
then we-
fair. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And then we jump in the opposite direction, right? Right. And we pull ourselves away from the sun, and we end global warming.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah.
I don't think it would move though. How much? So, 8 billion people. A few, the half would probably die on their way to Texas.
Half?
I don't know.
Yeah, and half would be born
No,
in
like,
Texas.
There's 8.5 billion people. We'll take the 8 people to Texas. They get there alive. The 8 billion, and then the
Yeah.
half billion is they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
they
then 500 million are born in Texas.
What's the average human weight? Like 150 pounds.
The average?
Because
Maybe-
in that number, there's a lot of babies, right? So
Maybe 150, yeah.
How do we get everybody to jump? You got people who are like missing legs.
anyone that can't physically do themselves gets carried by people like Braden that are strong, and they'll jump with you.
And-
Oh, okay. Like, what about like a 500-pound man?
Multiple Bradens.
I think I could be wrong, but like super overweight people, like 400 or 500 pound plus or whatever,
Are the ones
they've
that
actually
die.
got to be decently strong to support that weight.
Oh,
So I
for
bet
sure.
they
No,
could jump.
sometimes they can't even get out of bed.
Yeah, we'll get them on their feet, and then they just have to jump like.
It's also such a small percentage of people that it's like a non-point.
What if you
know?
just throw them out a window onto a trampoline, and then everybody jumps at the same time that they're on the trampoline?
That's so much harder.
I think the physics of a trampoline doesn't work that wide.
Yeah.
Obviously,
What?
the physics of a trampoline.
If we're gonna get like two, we can't. Nobody is gonna get all 8.5 billion people to jump at the same time.
Yeah, a lot of
You're
them
gonna
are
have
babies.
Yeah, we also gonna have crackhead teens that are gonna be like 3, 2, and they're gonna jump because they're just
Damn it,
ready
Jerry!
to go. Right? Like,
We weren't ready.
yeah. It's gonna be like a repeated battering of like a couple hundred people at a time hitting the earth.
We can solve it. We put them all on a platform that's like a foot above. This solves the jumping thing too. How high do people jump? Vertical, foot to foot, maybe half a foot.
Yeah, I think if they're just jumping, not even half a foot.
Okay, we'll say half a foot to average it out, and then we get the platform to just drop. So it simulates a jump,
Yeah.
and it can't be fucked with unless people jump when the platform drops. We shackle them to this platform.
Okay, so we completely change Texas. We run it over.
Nothing good there anyway.
Yeah,
True. And then
it's flat as shit anyway. So
They'll
yeah,
get the coolest world record ever.
they will. And then we build the platform over top of it. And that's what the hydraulics are. We don't tell them when it's going to happen.
Everyone just, you have to live in Texas for 48 hours. At some point during that 48 hours,
Right, you just wait until it's night when a majority of people are sleeping, and it's the least likely that anybody's going to be jumping and being too rambunctious. And then you just drop them. I think we'd at least get a little tidal wave.
would the impact of that platform be more or less for like an individual than them jumping? Like, are we going to break some baby's bone? We're probably going to have to break some bones. Some of you
Some
may
baby's
die.
But
that's
that's a
for
risk
science.
I am willing to take.
I
Classic.
think, yeah, it's for the greater good. We're going to end global warming afterwards.
And we're gonna lower the population density.
But
we would have to time it so that Texas is pointing away from the pointing to the sun.
oh, we couldn't do it at night. We'd have to do it at high noon.
We'd have to do it at daytime.
High noon.
High noon. Yeah.
Do you think we like legitimately would it cause a tidal wave? Would water jump back and then come in? That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, but like I said, it's only what?
8 billion.
It's
100
only-
It's only like 900 billion pounds
Yeah. Only?
versus like I don't know.
I bet we like crack the earth in half, like in Lego Movie, and then we have to like
Guys,
build
it's a win-win.
Do you think
and then we have to build bridges
What's the
across with
likelihood?
people, and we all have to do crunches to make the earth pop back into place.
That's how Pangea was.
Yeah.
They got all the dinosaurs together.
And
And
jumped
they
at
all
the
And
same
they
time.
jumped at the same time, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we split.
No, it's a win-win for Texas because we all jump, and it actually perfectly cracks along the border of Texas,
Oh,
and they
I
get to
thought it was separate.
succeed.
Wow.
And then we're all stuck on Texas, so we've all
I
seceded.
love the idea that all states are actually cookie cuttered, and that's how we got the lines. That
Isn't
if you,
it?
If you go to the edge, there's like a 50-foot drop. That's just
There's like a margin between the states.
yeah. It just goes. It's like, oh, we lost Jerry again. If we did it into the ocean, what would happen?
Did what?
We
The
dropped
platform?
all 8 billion people
That
into the
for
ocean.
sure.
Yeah, right. That's gonna. We're gonna flood something. People are losing
We're gonna flood
a
everything.
lot.
This is the hard reset button the human race needs.
So why the difference then?
Because I think the ground could absorb it a lot better.
But there's ground
Like
underneath.
how much force when the plates shift or whatever that causes the massive earthquakes? How many like
Newtons.
newtons?
How many newtons is 8 billion pounds of force?
It's not 8 billion, it's plus, right?
It's
billion.
nine,
It's like
900
100 billion.
900 billion.
Well, like because it's like don't they measure it in like megatons or something?
Okay, you do 8.5 billion times 150.
Well, hold on. What would happen? Everyone on Earth jump in Texas. I'm sure someone's already done the math.
Right? It's probably on Reddit.
It's on Quora.
Quora?
What would happen when 7 billion people jump over the same time? Okay, this person doesn't know how to type.
Okay.
No wonder they're on Quora.
No wonder they didn't go to Reddit. Those idiots.
I don't know. You're right. It might do. That's a lot of energy.
It's like, it's so much.
That's
I'm
like
sure we would set off Yellowstone, at least.
dope. Either way, it probably ends the world.
So how do we get everybody
To do
to
this,
go?
we knock them all out and we ship everyone to Texas.
And then whoever dies, dies.
Everybody.
Hey, if we're doing the platform thing, we could use the dead people too.
That's true.
Wait, if we're doing that, just kill everyone, put them on the platform. This is like the mad scientist
No,
plot.
it's good because dead weight actually is like harder. Like
Yeah.
for whatever reason, dead weight's heavier.
It's just like, I really want to see what would happen if everyone would jump in Texas. But I've spent decades trying to figure it out, and I've come to the conclusion that we just have to kill everyone and put them on Texas.
Excuse me, DM. Hey, Milo, how you doing?
Milo.
That's Samson. Sorry.
That's your own
Bro.
cat.
I'm
Sorry.
bad with names.
That's your own dog.
It's a cat. He's a cat.
DM what?
Okay. You should build a villain inside the story that wants to do that.
Okay.
And he's just going around serially killing people. And
What would happen if everyone in the Forgotten Realms jumped in Phandalin?
but like at the same time, though, you know, not like throughout time, but like at the same time. That'd be crazy, right?
That'd
He
be
like
pretty
uses
crazy.
the wish spell to do that, but doesn't specify at the same time.
So just
So it's just like a
whatever-
non-stop loop of like one location in Phandalin. Someone randomly gets teleported there, jumps, teleports out, replaced.
Do you think if that happened, if it was one specific spot the whole time, would it start carving a hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
If water can carve through and make the Grand Canyon,
Yeah,
Why
haven't
wouldn't
you seen?
I'm gonna say no.
Haven't you seen Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah, but
they
I'm
jump
thinking-
like this,
when he
right?
walks-
And they start sinking lower and lower
Yeah.
and lower, and then they have to start breaking through.
That's like crashing
they're-
through it.
You know when he walks in a circle a bunch and then he like walks a hole into the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's
yeah,
the thing.
that you would totally do. That.
I've jump roped in
Mhm.
one spot for 30 minutes without stopping,
Good job.
and nothing changed.
Yeah.
I'm sure
right?
it did. You just didn't realize it.
No, and it's still the same to this day.
How many is that? Like 90
I-
impacts a
I
second?
do a second.
Or a minute?
No, I do like 120 a
I
minute.
jump very fast.
I do about 120 a minute
Okay.
times 30,
Okay.
so
Done.
that's like a number.
Don't worry about it.
And-
I've already figured it out.
Okay, but nothing changed, right?
3,600.
And that's all at the same like repeated
Yeah.
time. I don't think anything would change.
You're like a flat earther right now.
I'm like a flat earther.
It's like I can't see the horizon, and I've been like pretty high.
I mean,
I've been up on mountains and stuff,
gone
and I
pretty
can't
tall.
see the curve, so it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe the Grand Canyon is real?
I just don't think that we have enough force to do it.
We just talked about how if
You
everyone
know,
did it
if
at
it's
once.
individual though, like because one spot, because you have a jackhammer,
Yeah.
right? Then eventually it needs the sharp tip to start digging through.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it just flattens the ground down, and it stops. You level out the ground, so you needed to have the pointy bit to start digging. Humans don't have that pointy bit.
They have a heel.
They're jumping like heel first.
Well, the 5th time the wizard gets the wish, that's what he wishes for.
The 5th time.
I don't know. He had a few failures.
I wish that everybody in the Forgotten Realms puts on high heels and jumps at the same spot in Phandalin. And then,
So he's got a pogo stick, but there's no shock absorption on it.
yeah, and the end of it's actually like a needle.
Yeah.
So
Well, but stronger.
yeah, but stronger. I've been swayed. I'm on your side.
Okay.
I'm on,
Nice.
yeah, I'm convinced. I think.
When I was in junior high,
Mm-hmm.
I tried to make the word jelly a thing for like, oh, that's really cool.
Wait, what? Hold on.
So I would
say-
say
that's jelly.
Yeah, that's jelly. I went
So,
through a phase of like
was-
3 months of me trying to do this.
How long before you realized it was already slang for jealous?
No, was it you always knew it was a slang for jealous, but you wanted to change it from like I'm jealous that you just did that, which means it's cool.
It was more like yeah. I mean, I just wanted to create my own slang.
Did you guys ever make your own like language, like a cipher, not a language, but a cipher?
Yeah, we did it together.
No.
Never.
No.
Heard. We did.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We made it together, and then I had to wipe your brain, so I was the only
Yeah.
one that...
I don't know this. What was it? Tell me. And then.
I'm not
How
going
are
to
you
tell
going to
them.
explain it?
Yeah. Well, we did a grid one.
Okay.
Remember? You showed me how to do it.
So we didn't make it together. I did one and showed you.
No, you.
Yeah,
You showed me how to do it, and then we made one together.
Yeah, you remember the time that we did that equal parts?
He explained. He's like, "This is how it works," and I was like,
It's like
"Cool, let's
friggin-
make one."
It was like the Winklevoss twin over here trying to take equal credit.
Yeah.
Zuck did everything, and then...
What?
That's the people that sued Zuckerberg because they got... They were like the project starters for Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Brought him on as the dev, and then he kind of ran with it, according to the movie. I've never
Mm.
looked at this stuff.
The real.
But then he like cut them out or whatever. They got a payday for it, but I mean,
You're almost always guaranteed a payday in that kind of situation. Just to
But,
get it
like,
done with.
Zuckerberg has what, the second biggest net worth?
So much
Third?
money. So
Mhm.
much. Do you?
A decent amount.
He takes steroids, right?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
He's not crazy.
Yeah, but he's
strong.
older.
So
Dude, he's a lizard.
older people always take
I
steroids.
found out
Everyone
this-
knows that.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you hit 30, you lose 1 point every year.
Lose 1 point what? 1 point of steroid?
Yeah.
Of testosterone.
Oh, aren't testosterone levels like in the hundreds?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Cool. max
max is like 850 or something, or 1,000.
the max.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, new record we can try and beat.
We pump Anthony full of so much testosterone that he gets to 1,001.
And then I die.
How much testosterone do you think one Anthony could take in 24 hours? 1,000.
1,000.
Feels good. We married these ideas. What would happen if everyone on Earth juiced up and then jumped on Texas?
Okay. Hear me out. Instead of it being humans, it's gorillas. And we juice out the gorillas, and then we have them all jump.
We can't. Haven't you ever seen Planet of the Apes?
No. What,
No
what
reason.
happens?
If they all jump in Texas, every human on the world dies.
Do you think it's like in One Piece when he ripples the ground?
No, it's like in Sky High when he ripples the ground.
Like they
Oh,
hit,
I've seen that one.
Yeah, yeah.
like
And
they
it's
hit
not
the
an anime.
ground.
Yeah.
And no, One Piece isn't either. It's a live action on Netflix. And it goes and causes ripple. It goes throughout the entire world. Or would it just go through like America and then
It would go through the entire world.
you think it'd go through
Gorillas?
Gorillas.
Yeah, like it would go
Gorillas.
through the water's a big buffer.
Nah, it'd just go through the earth on the bottom.
Yeah, that's a big buffer.
You're a big buffer.
A big butter.
You're buffer than Big Tony over here.
Yeah.
True. You should have seen him playing basketball earlier. It was
I
embarrassing.
did. I was there.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was bad. I was struggling. I made one in like 20 shots.
And it was the one you weren't looking either.
Yeah.
In 20?
Eye
You think it was that
contact with me
little?
off to the side, and then he made it.
Yeah.
I inspire him.
Yeah, I bet it was 20. Let's go back and count.
Let's go back again.
Rewind.
We can't do that, Anthony. So, I'm stuck. I don't know how I feel about being so close to you guys.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
weird.
Yeah.
I feel cramped right now.
I feel off.
You feel off?
I feel off.
Why?
Because I'm so close.
My issue is like usually when we're this close, I just want to S and F you.
Yeah. Slice and fresh.
Fresh. That's definitely it. That's the one.
I was like trying to figure it out in my
You're
head.
just so jelly. He wanted to
Yeah.
Yeah.
slice you off.
You're so jelly. I just want to S and F you in like a back-to-back motion. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Buddy taking rotations.
So I'm gonna head out. You guys can do whatever you want with this low light setup.
With okay. So my apartment complex, they're gonna come through and they're going to do the inspection, right?
Okay.
So they're gonna look at everything I have and see if it is within line of the codes. What do I do, setup wise, to creep them out?
You wrap everything in plastic.
No, like, something that's like easy to do with what I already have. Because I'm thinking my bed usually goes right here, but I'm weird and I sleep on a floor bed, so I can pack it up and put it away.
You move your couch in here.
Okay.
You get all these lights set up pointed that way.
Mm.
You set up your camera pointed like that.
Yeah.
Put like spray bottle, like cleaning supplies and stuff off to the side.
And then you hire an actress to go and sit on the couch.
No.
And then you're gonna have to
that's too
put some
plain.
stains on your.
Yeah. I get some stains. I get some red dye.
Okay.
Okay. I get rope, and then I cut the rope, and I have it off to the side. So it looks like when they come in, something was going on. Somebody cut themselves from the rope. There's blood on the couch.
And you leave your door open.
It's just slightly.
No. Okay. You Major Tom. That's it.
They come knocking on the door, and that's when I jump.
Yep.
Okay. If we got everybody in Nexus, and they all
On steroids.
on steroids, and they all Major Tom at the same time.
We implode.
We did kind of start the Texas stop with saying if everyone climaxed the same direction.
God comes down. And he looks at all of us. And what's the scene where he's like, do you think God 2 is like
God too, like the version.
no, like God is also scared of what he created in Spy Kids or whatever.
I'm thinking he goes
Something like
down
that.
and he goes, nice.
He also jumps. He also does the Major Tom.
If we did that, it would have been God's plan.
Yeah, he plans everything.
Dude, God's just a huge like meme planner.
He is the wizard from the D&D campaign that ascended to godhood, created his own universe.
His wish finally worked.
He's like, these dinosaurs are too stupid to get everyone there. Kill them, reset with humans. Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom's different.
That's the Texas version.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there's an old Reddit story
Yeah, Major Tom.
called Major Tom. I definitely recommend you guys look it up. It's fantastic. It's hard to find, but it's fantastic.
Dude, every time you're looking at the camera, I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at?
I'm looking at the neighbors. I'm being
Yeah.
parasocial.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm
sorry.
saying hello. I was on to something right before that, though. I don't remember what it was.
Good.
Oh, I'm thinking, though, I bring the cats in here because I need to put them in their kennels anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 giant black cages over there. I put them in here, and then I have the lights up and the camera facing towards them.
You go back to your rope idea that's cut off,
Mm.
and you just have a kennel sitting here empty with the door open.
I get my speaker set up.
You get one open, rope cut out. You bash yourself up good, get in one of the kennels.
With your
Help!
foot cats.
I don't know when they're coming in, though.
You're going to have to commit a little bit, okay?
Yeah. You have to be there for a while.
For a minute. They can be anytime between Monday and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be in there for a while.
That's okay. We'll take shifts.
We'll take shifts. We'll rotate through. Like it.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Man. It's been the Kickback.
Let's end with a joke. Anthony.
Good one.
Got it.
That was bad duty.
Also,
Nice.
I'm holding my fist like this, which is a little weird instead of...
Yeah, because you're on crack cocaine.
I was doing that too.
Any good jokes? No? Why?
This one should be pretty easy.
Okay.
Should be pretty easy. I want to see someone smack it right away. There are 2 states that start with the letter S. We went over their counterparts earlier today.
Oh, no.
Like 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, no. S?
Yeah, 4, 3, 2.
Why am I thinking of San
One.
Andreas?